Hey guys, my opponents said I was the best jungler NA after the game, so let's see why they may have said that. I'll show you how to hard carry a game in a short amount of time. The trick is to adapt. Notice how I get invaded by 4 people. My whole team isn't in position, so I'm expecting that Blitz will flash Q and I'm simply waiting to trade flashes with them. Make sure they don't get anything for this. So they stay. I try to bait them into my team, but they aren't interested, so we just reset. Now, because I know they have vision of my red buff, I decide not to risk it, and I'm just going to start blue. My top laner opts out of leashing me, which is a bad philosophy if you're a top lane player. Regardless, I assume Nocturne will start blue and do a full clear. Since I'm a Nocturne player, I know they like to try to just perma-farm until 6. So I invade his red, knowing his clear path, and I'm looking for a gank top. So my jungle path really threw them off, and it was all because of their blitz invade. Normally I do start my red buff and get a good leash. So let's talk a little bit about that last play there. They're getting pretty aggressive. He's not expecting me. So you'll notice I start really pinging him a lot. Retreat, retreat, retreat. See, players tend to go all in when they don't have to, when the kill is already guaranteed. And honestly, he didn't even need to get nearby. And if it wasn't for my spam pings, you know for a fact this guy would die. Now, I know top lane doesn't have TP, the enemy top lane, so I'm helping him push, but he signals to retreat, which is a little strange, but whatever, we'll just retreat. I think most good players would have wanted to push the lane in, make sure that the enemy turret eats up some of his minions. So I'm rotating, trying to go for this crab, but unfortunately Nocturne gets it. Now when I see it come my way, I know that he's in the vicinity, and I make sure that my red is secure. I find him here, and now I walk this way to cut him off. I ping for Cat to come. Blitz is here, so I run off to the side trying to juke any potential hooks. He doesn't even try. Now, Nocturne sticks around and tries to do my wolves very cheekily. Or not my wolves. I guess he was waiting to contest my red. And so what I did there was I was simply looking at the HP. I slowed down my autos. Let's see that again real quick. So I'm doing the red buff. I'm not smiting till it goes under 600. And I wait for him to do some things. He Qs and smites, and then I smite. I was just patient, and I stopped autoing it when I knew he might be going for it. And now we simply chase him down. When you invade me unsuccessfully, you're gonna get the mastery flashing, guaranteed. Alright, so then I immediately gank bot. I get a flash. And I do everything I can, but it seems that there is not enough damage to get a kill here. Now I tank a turret. Yuumi will not jump on me, and then my bot lane just runs under their turret literally for no reason. Now I walk up to save Yuumi. He gets knocked up. And now I'm looking at Jinx. She's really low. For some reason she's not backing, so I heal up, act like I'm being defensive. I auto the Blitz, I believe, to make Jinx think I'm trying to kill Blitz, and then I flash in on her. Bang. Obviously she's low enough to die in one shot. Now I need to juke out Blitz. Look at this. I have everything on cooldown, or at least Q and E. So I heal up, preparing for a fight. Kind of throws him off. He predicts me to keep running. So he misses his Q. And now I back off of Blitz because I have everything on cooldown. I'm very, very low. I don't know where Nocturne is. Nocturne could be nearby. And if Blitz's hook comes off cooldown, he'll probably kill me. Plus, he also has his mana barrier up, meaning I will not be killing him. Regardless, Mayumi decides to flame me here, says I have Down syndrome. I pinged that my Q is on cooldown because that means Master Yi cannot close the gap. Let's say I do run towards him. There will be no queuing to him. At least at this point now my Q is up, but when she was pinging me to go in, my Q was still on cooldown. Now she really wants me to go in, but Blitz, I don't have vision of him. I'm low. I have 2,000 gold. Don't let bad teammates peer pressure you into inting. So I simply leave. Ari's here, I run away. And instead of going for Krugs, I just back, heal up, get some items. Now I've got Noon Quiver, a great item for rushing Drakes. So I know I have a bit of a lead now. I got my bot lane ahead. I'm out jungling Nocturne, so I initiate Drake. Mayumi is attacking the crab for no reason, wasting time. So we get a mountain. Very good Drake. And I did focus bot lane whenever given the chance. You do want your bot lane to get your focus. That way you win all dragon fights in the early game. So now I just clear a lot of camps and we look for Herald. Again, this is only possible because I'm ahead of Nocturne. I have 2 kills, and even though I have a little bit less CS, the 2 kills more than compensate. Plus I have the Noon Quiver, excellent for doing objectives, extra damage to monsters. So I get the Herald buff, and I'm looking for his red buff, just seeing if it's up. It is not. His Krugs aren't up, so I assume Nocturne's around. He must have just done them. And here he comes. I sit and wait, and I ult in, hoping that he was going to face check me, but he was just warding. I get ulted, and I just walk away. Now, my top laner makes another mistake. He's trying to 1v2 here. I'm just guiding him back, but he keeps turning. Not a good idea considering how low I am and how much HP they have. But I decided to try to save him since, well, the mistake was already made, so I tried to see if we can make it worth. I get this guy really low. For some reason, he took a long time to go in. Let's see why he took so long to go in. I mean, he baited me into the fight and then he didn't support me. So this guy all around is just annoying. No offense, but the way he played really kind of hurt. So he still walked away a little bit after the fear was done, which causes me to die and causes him to live. A big misplay from my top laner, but luckily he gets the kill. He didn't, and he shouldn't have got the kill. If the Nocturne just kept walking away, he would have lived. Anyways, I point out these mistakes so that you guys don't make them in your games. So I see my red's up, I just take it, and we're looking to get a play bot. Now I'm 1v2, it's not 100% that I'll get this, but we'll see. Okay, Jinx runs the wrong way. I just flash Q. I just ult Q immediately to avoid blitz hooks. I flash, but then he knocks me up, which is very inconvenient for me. Regardless, we did basically everything we could have. And Nocturne goes in on me. I Q the minion to dodge everything. And they can't really get anything here. I bait Nocturne in, and he dies. Nice Master Yi outplay. And I take the Krugs, and I simply head back. We're going to apply the Rift Herald and get first turret. Now watch this dive. I start autoing, get the turret. Now my Vayne simply isn't helping me, nor is Yuumi. Huge misplay by my bot lane. Let's see that again in a slower motion. So I drop this. Now, so I'm autoing the turret to try to get Jinx to walk up. She walks up close enough, I go in on her. Okay, so I guess my Vayne, it's not his fault he got rooted, but the Yumi definitely should have gotten on top of me because I was the one tanking the turret. So that was only a misplay by the Yumi. You know, the one that said I had Down syndrome. Regardless, I get a free dive on his lane opponent. Also, I drop Herald. We get a lot of plates, a lot of pressure. Enemies miss a lot of CS. This bot lane is cruising, and we will get the first turret. Now my mind is on Drake. Okay, we don't get turret yet, but if I remember correctly, we did get that first turret eventually, thanks to all that damage we have on it. So I run right to the Drake, I ping my team in. Again, my bot lane's winning, so we're gonna get all Drakes. And I decide to continue my bot lane camp. Wave's not in a good spot, so I change my mind and look to see if Blue's up or if Nocturne's there. I find him and I instantly ult Q. The point is, I want to kill him before his tethers kill me. So that's why I used everything right up front, and my plan worked. His tether did not fear me. Now I just take a bunch of jungle camps since everything's up, do the crab, and then I decide against my jungle camp clearing strategy because I wanted to see if anyone was contesting the crab. And then I return to farming for a minute and gank top because I see there's some action. So again, staying adaptive this game is really what gave me the lead. Early game when I changed my jungle path based on the blitz invade, and again right there where I changed my plan of just farming all my jungle camps to go top and get the free flash. So since they know where I am, instead of doing the obvious play and going for Herald, I decide to throw Nocturne off a little bit and perma farm. And I hear the ult, so I look to help top. And this is kind of awkward. I go in on Ahri. I get Everfrosted and then ulted away, so I have to change my target. So I target this guy instead, but he kills me. That's fine. It was a tough position. I kept them from diving Katarina anyway. And we get the cleanup here anyway. And I'm back up. Take my favorite red buff. And here I go in on Blitz. Let me show you what happened. I was actually going to gank mid. But Blitz was there, which is kind of awkward. And I just go in on him. He starts walking away. I flash because I want the DPS on him. I wait till he gets under turret to then Q, because if he hooks me when I'm not under turret, it doesn't matter. But if he hooks me when I am under turret, I'm probably dead. So I did save my Q till he went under. And we get another turret. And the opponent surrenders. We get two great Drakes. All lanes are winning, really. I guess except top, but top's kind of even. Everyone else is winning. So yeah, the themes of that match were being adaptive, changing your plan according to what's on the map, helping bot lane get ahead, invading the enemy jungler when you know their jungle path, and outplaying everybody all the time. Thank you for watching.